You're all right. So what's up, y'all? I'm gonna be jumping on the bandwagon of giving my sports takes, hot takes that is, for NBA and NFL. I don't really watch baseball and hockey and soccer like that. So yeah, this is what I'll be giving. Plus, I'm only doing team sports. Not a lot of talking. I'm gonna get straight into it. First up on the list, my opinion, the MVP award has become a media trophy. It's become a, oh, this person's up next, this person, he's the star of the league. That's kind of what it has become. He's the next star of the league trophy. Things like voter fatigue make the votes go off, and it gives someone the MVP who honestly kind of didn't deserve it that year. In my opinion, the MVP award should be an award that isn't picked until the end of the full season. I mean, champion and all. And obviously, if that was the case, so many people wouldn't be crowned MVPs. LeBron would have multiple more. Freaking Patrick Mahomes will have just a bunch of them. Tom Brady will have a bunch of them. Like, for instance, the last two MVPs of both of those leagues arguably really didn't deserve that MVP award. Like, Josh Allen was real good, and he's probably my favorite QB in the NFL right now, but Lamar Jackson was the best QB this year. And Jokic made a name for himself because he was a more valuable player to the Denver Nuggets, because we have been told that MVP should go to the person who is most valuable to their team, and that is Jokic for the Nuggets, because the Nuggets would be a non-playoff team if they didn't have him, versus the Thunder would probably have been still at least a 7th seed. And Jokic probably would have won in those years way far back. Another thing I think that y'all might not agree with concerning the MVP is, I think that MVP finalists, being an MVP finalist, like being at least one of the top 2 or top 3 like picks for MVP for multiple years, is more impressive than having a bunch of MVPs, because the votes have been shown that, hey, it might go to someone who kind of didn't deserve it based off, media. For instance, Giannis continues to be an MVP candidate in the year 2025. When he won MVP in 2019, and he continued to go on for 7 years and continue to dominate to where he's at least in a discussion, even though he's only gotten 2 MVPs. Still more, that shows that he actually is playing at a higher level to where it is at least recognized, where oh yeah, this is one of the greatest dudes in the league, like top 3. Like, something that people bring up that is a valid point, after Steve Nash won those 2 MVPs, which people thought he honestly didn't deserve, he wasn't really in the conversation after that or before that. And that's why Steve Nash honestly isn't a top 5 point guard in most people's list. Next up, I'm gonna do one mainly for the NBA. This is honestly 100% for the NBA, but it is, scoring does not equal value. We have grown to believe that if you are putting up 20 to 25 points a game, that you are an elite NBA player, when in reality, you are not helping your team win games. For instance, Bradley Beal is not a valuable player by any means. Bradley Beal is selling the Suns a lot of the times when he plays. Another person who honestly did not do good before injuries this year, y'all might hate me for this, but Damian Lillard. The 2 things that these dudes have in common is that they are both real good scorers, real great offensive players, but they struggle on the defensive side. And someone made a valid point. Draymond Green, current day, is more valuable than most players who score 20 points per game. Y'all are going to hate it, and I know y'all just gotta put Curry on this pedestal and make it seem like he's playing with a bunch of garbage cans, but Draymond Green is more valuable than you think. Keep in mind, in 2017, he won Defensive Player of the Year. They won the ring that year. In 2015, if he's not on that team, they don't win that ring, because yes, Kyrie and Kevin Love went down, but who the hell was going to guard LeBron? Andre Iguodala guarding LeBron on his own, all freaking damn near 48 minutes of the game, wouldn't have held up, and they would have probably lost that series, because you got to keep in mind they went down 2-1. And I don't know why we can't come to this conclusion that defense is super important in basketball because Dennis Rodman has 5 rings. He won 3 with the Bulls, and everyone says that if he didn't play with the Bulls in 96, 97, and 98, they probably would have lost. And when Kevin Love was grabbing 20 rebounds a game damn near in 2016, that's another thing that helped Cleveland win. He wasn't scoring multiple points per game, but he was doing his role. We got to stop taking away role players. Role players are very important. The thing is, we hear role player and we think ass, when in reality, their role is helping win in games. Not everyone has to be this flashy ass person. And like I said, I know y'all gonna be upset because I just knocked down all those people who score 26 points per game who can't even make it to the playoffs because they suck on the defensive side, or the people don't play their role how they're supposed to play their role on that team and they can't figure it out on offense, or put in 3 freaking people who need the ball in their hands on the same team thinking that's gonna work, not knowing that this is not gonna create anything good. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for that. I'm just being honest. Next up on this list, this is mainly for football. Y'all are gonna really hate this one. The NFL is better than college football currently. Now, I know I just probably pissed off all y'all dudes who only watch college football when your team's winning, right? Here's the thing, and listen closely. Try not to react. The NFL has built itself up to be a $1 billion organization, right? They have a fan base, right? Every team has a huge fan base in the NFL. All 32 teams have a solid fan base, I'll say. They don't really promote their players, which is another thing. The team gets still a majority of the promotion, right? The team, NFL is a league where you can't even build a super team because the roster is just so important. That is so important in football, other than other sports. College football has kind of became this ego show, and that has killed it because people will always say, oh, I like college football because they're not playing for the money, they're just playing because they love the game and they're hungry. And now you got NIL, and all these dudes are getting paid before they even go to the league, making money and all that, having nice cars, nice houses. And now it's they're playing for the money. They're trying to get deals. So it's kind of messing up the brand of college football of just nitty gritty. Work hard, become something, get your team the dub, freaking work all week to play on the weekend. And now that's honestly kind of gone. We saw it in the NBA draft even, with basketball. Apparently some dude was upset he went to the Raptors. Freaking Ace Bailey apparently is trying to get on a new team already. These dude, these, I don't know if it's just these younger dudes who grew up with just too much comfort or that, but gosh, what are we doing? I don't want to say it's the younger generation because I know there's some younger dudes who are going to start taking people's lunch, and that's why these overseas dudes are going to keep getting bigger in the NBA because they are, hungry, right? They're coming from a real situation versus everyone in America. We just have it made. Everyone in America is living better than 75% of the world almost. But yeah, it also pertains to basketball, college, because they still get NIL in basketball as well. But yeah, the NFL is also just more entertaining than college football. The NFL, you got closer games, is down to the wire most of the time. The college football, 90% of the games are blowouts. See, whether it's a championship game, whether it's a regular season, 90% of the time someone's getting beat by 30 plus points, and that is not that fun to watch unless your team is just real good and the team that's beating everybody, and no one's really that competitive anymore. So, but on to the next one. Last on the list, we got NBA ring culture is ruining the GOAT debates. Whether it's just the greatest, top 10 in all positions, or whether it's top 5 in one position, rings are ruining our conversations. I literally saw on social media today someone called Giannis a waste of talent, all because he has one ring. And dudes like Stephen A. Smith will also criticize people like Giannis because they only have one ring, telling them they need to go to a different team. Like, ring culture is so stupid at this point. Like, if that's the case, we might as well just put Bill Russell as the greatest player of all time, but no one wants to do that because, oh, he played against plumbers and firefighters. Okay, so his ring. Tell us when rings are important. Let's start a date when a ring's important, and then we go from there and we count all those rings. And then as we, bring up rings, we forget to bring up, the team sport of the rings, right? For instance, Michael Jordan was 1-9 in the playoffs without Scottie Pippen. I mean, I feel like that says a lot right there. Kobe Bryant only won Finals MVP twice because he had a prime Shaq on his team when they had that first three-peat. Steph Curry won 4 rings, yes, but all the people who were also won those same 4 rings were Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Andre Iguodala. These dudes aren't winning these rings by themselves. They're playing on a team, and a lot of the times they are playing with players who there's no way in hell they would win a ring without them. And y'all can never make up y'all's mind half the time. So, like, y'all want to say rings are super important, but y'all want to put freaking, let's say, Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time over Magic Johnson, when Magic Johnson has more rings and more Finals MVPs than him. But then y'all want to say Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time because he went 6-0 in the finals. So I'm like, where's the, we gotta figure out a base. And then y'all put Kobe over Bron. And it's like, okay, y'all put Kobe over Bron, but when LeBron was in the league, Kobe only won 2 rings when they were both in the league at the same time. But when LeBron was in the league, when Kobe was in the league, he won 3, right? He won it 2012, 2013, 2016, while Kobe was active and playing. And Kobe won in 2009, 2010 when LeBron was actively playing. And granted, yes, LeBron was losing to that Celtics team in the conference finals. And honestly, that is one of the reasons why the NFL better, graces from me, because ring culture isn't really involved in deciding who's the best at what. For instance, Barry Sanders is the greatest running back of all time. That's one that every sane person who's not stupid can agree with, right? He's the greatest of all time. He has 0 rings. No one thinks that Walter Payton is better. I'm pretty sure Walter Payton has 1. Emmitt Smith, I think he has 3. No one thinks he's better because, skill is the main thing involved. Another thing, yes, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time and he has the most rings, but it's not really because of the most rings, it's because of consistency. Because a lot of people have Drew Brees at number 2 and he only has 1. A lot of people have Aaron Rodgers in their top 5. He only has 1. A lot of people have Peyton Manning in their top 5. He only has 2. Joe Montana has 4. A lot of people don't have Joe Montana over Peyton Manning. Joe Thomas, who's an offensive tackle, has never made the playoffs in his career, but a lot of people still have him as a top 5 offensive tackle all the time. Because you gotta keep in mind, the NFL is so debt-based, man. But yeah, that's enough rambling. I feel like I got my stuff off. I want to do a part 2 of this one. I might hit y'all with a part 2. And these are unpopular opinions, but honestly, it's something that we should start kind of agreeing with. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Give me some of y'all takes. I know some of y'all disagree with me. If y'all watch this, let me know what I said wrong, right? Like I said, appreciate your option. Like, comment, subscribe, things of that nature. Appreciate y'all. Deuce.